गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकावैस्तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। बद्धे वितनुते भक्तिं मूर्खमावर्तये श्रुतिं यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे श्रीमदनगोपालकं प्रभु। जय निताई, हरि बोल। How are you, my dear devotees? Hope all of you are well. Today is very auspicious day, Jagannath Rath Yatra, the famous chariot festival in Nilachal Kshetra, Puri Dham. Not only that, today also there is another two special event, Tirobhav Jayanti of Swarup Damodar Prabhu, Swarup Damodar Goswami and Srila Sena Shivananda. Most intimate associates of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Both were in previous Leela, in Krishna Leela, in between Ashtashakhi. Swarup Damodar, he was Lalita Shakhi, and Sena Shivananda, he was Champakalata Shakhi. And also somewhere it is said, in Saint Shivananda there is also another one Sakhi, and she is Viraduti. First, at the beginning, we'll talk about the chariot festival. It is symbolizing the victory on the demons. It's known also Sri Jagannath Vijaya Yatra. Vijaya means victory. Yes, Jagannath. He is Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna. But by this chariot festival, he wanted to give us that message. We have to do that, to victory over all our against and enemies. Enemies, that means Shararipu, bad influence, against association, against intelligence, urges, which is diverting us, distract us from our real path, that means bhakti path. Sriman Mahaprabhu, he used to enjoy this chariot festival, and during the time of chariot festival, she will get some very special ecstatic mood. He is remembering that Leela of Kurukshetra Milan, that Jagannath in his chariot. That means that Jagannath is not Vrindavan Krishna. Mathura, now he is going to Vijaya Yatra. That means full of Aishwarya, opulences. It's very opulent. Very big chariot. So in Madhya Lila we can see where the chariot festival are described. In Antar Lila also, where this all Lila are described, there we can see how Mahaprabhu was remembering that all moments. Shokhi, Priya Shoyam Shahachari Milita. Shoyam Milita Priya. But it was not beautiful for me that moment. My mind was reminding me about that place of our previous meeting where we met first time on the side of river Yamuna. It was full moon night. Under that Kadamba tree, all the moments it was reminding me. So Mahaprabhu, sometimes he was dancing in front of Jagannath, sometimes he's crying and saying such slokas. It was very ecstatic for Mahaprabhu, this chariot festival, and for all the devotees also. Because during this time, just before of Rath Yatra, there is a big festival of Uriya Gauriya Milana. The devotees from Gaura, from Navadvip and from Bengal, they will go to Odisha. They will meet the Odisha devotees. So it's a very big festival there. Still it is continuing. They are remembering that Mahotsava. Still it is going, the Jhali from Panihati, from Raghava Pandit. It will go to Sriman Mahaprabhu. Raghavera Jhali Samarpan. Still all the events are going, but not this year. This year is very special situation. You can see in the television. The live is going there. No devotees from outside, and the administration, they are very strict. They started curfew. That rules there. Now it's going. It will be until tomorrow 2 p.m. So no devotees from outside are there now. Only the police and militaries and local very few pandas, Daitapatis. But until last year it was there. all the events are continuing. From here, from Panihati, every year, the Jhali means everything, because the devotees every year they will go to meet Sriman Mahaprabhu. So from Raghav Pandit, she will keep very special some food items for Sriman Mahaprabhu. All the year he is serving, and on the time of chariot festival they will go and they will give it to Sriman Mahaprabhu. And that event known as Raghaver Jhali Samarpan. Still it is going. From when it started, this festival, chariot festival, from the time of Maharaj Indra Dyumna. And today Jagannath will go from there, from main temple to Gundicha temple. Gundicha Devi, she was a wife of Maharaj Indra Dyumna. She also wanted to serve Sri Jagannath Dev. Before, there was one river in between the street. Now the street are straight, but that time it was a small river was there. Still that channel of the river is there, but it is stopped. Now the road is there. So before they built 6 chariots different. From 3 chariots, Jagannath will go from main temple to riverside, and then she will cross by boat, and then another 3 chariots. By another 3 chariots, he will go to Gundicha temple. And again, when he will come back, then it is. But the story is there, it's local story from Orias. Jagannath wanted to enjoy with brother and sister, and so she'll go to that garden. It was Tota. It was a big garden. So Lakshmi Devi will there in main temple. On the 5th day, on the Panchami, Lakshmi Devi will go to Jagannath, and it's one kind of threatening from her to Jagannath. Oh, you are enjoying with your brother and sister. Please come back. Otherwise, it will be not good. Wife is always wife. So still that event are going on the Panchami day. It's known as Hora Panchami. Hora Panchami, on that day Lakshmi Devi will go from the main temple to Gundicha temple, and the warriors, they will do that acting in front of Jagannath, that come back to temple. If you want to good for you, then come back. So Jagannath will just ignore that threatening from Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi will come back. Jagannath will say, okay, I'll go very soon. I'm coming. So after some days, when Jagannath will come back to the main temple, Lakshmi Devi will close the door of the house. That means the main temple door will close in front of Jagannath. Jagannath will try to manage anger of Lakshmi Devi in various ways. It is very special how the husband, they are trying to manage the anger of wife. So Jagannath also will do the same, to say some very good sweet words, but it will not work. Jagannath will offer something, some gift to Lakshmi Devi, it will also not work. Jagannath will surrender, it will also not work. Every different day, 5 days Jagannath will stay there, come back. On the street, on the chariot, Jagannath will be there. And that time, no anya bhoga, only the fruit, sweet, like this. Then on the 4th day, Jagannath will show his beauty. That day will be Shonavesha, that means with all the ornaments, golden ornaments, unbelievable ornaments. Jagannath will dress a very royal and golden dress. It will also not work. Then the 5th day, Jagannath will fast completely to manage her anger, to manage the anger of his wife, Lakshmi Devi. Jagannath say that if you are not opening the door, then I will not take anything. Complete fasting, nirjal. At the evening, then Lakshmi Devi will please. Then Jagannath will break his fasting by sarbat. It is also very special rituals. They will offer only sarbat that time with a very long pot. And it is said that sarbat prasad they will not give it to anyone. They will break this just after offering this sarbat. They will break these pots in front of Jagannath. It is said this sarbat prasad only for them who are taking care of the chariots, the invisible keeper of the chariots, the demigods, Lokpal, Dikpal, for them. So in that way, this chariot festival is happening there in Puri Dham. Today Jagannath is going, and it is very beautiful to see. It's really needs some special mercy to be there on this day, on the day of Rath Yatra. It was very special mercy from Jagannath to me, to my family. So I have been there before maybe 10 years. not 10 years, it is maybe 2011 or 12, like this. And it's really only that person who is there, they can feel and realize. No one can express it by the words, the feelings and realization there. And that day, to see many devotees, millions of devotees, Jagannath will get very special mood. This year, Jagannath, he go on the chariot. It was very fast. I was watching the live from there. It was very fast. But it is not happening every year. During this time, Jagannath is going from the temple to the chariot. They are taking in a special way. You can say, because hundreds of panda, they are holding Jagannath. Some of them by rope, they'll pull. Some of them taking balance from the backside by the rope. And thousands of panda, they are holding Jagannath deity from all the sides. But then also, they cannot control that deity. I have seen that here. Sometimes Jagannath is going right side, he is following right side, sometimes left side. Sometimes he will still. Pandas, they are trying, they are pulling the deity of Jagannath, but he is in one place. And it is happening also when you will go up to the chariot. And when thousands of devotees, they are pulling the chariot. That chariot for 1,000 devotees, it is not so heavy to pull the chariot from the main temple to Gundicha temple. For 1,000 devotees, it is not so heavy. But sometimes the chariot will still completely, she will stand in one place. Devotees will try, they are pulling, but chariot will not move. Very special mood of Jagannath. Sometimes it's happened many years. The devotees, they cannot pull the chariot on the same day from main temple to Gundicha temple. So the next day it's happened. Next day Jagannath arrived in Gundicha temple. Many times, many years it's happened. So when Jagannath will just stop his movement in one place, so first they'll pray, they'll say so many good words, the warriors. If it is not works, then they'll offer naivedyas, very beautiful naivedyas, fruits, coconuts, sweets. If it is not also works, then they will start to show their anger to Jagannath. And at the end, they will start to say the very, very slang words to Jagannath. And then Jagannath again start to move. Or sometimes it's happened only by the praising, Jagannath will start to move. Sometimes after Naivedya he will start to move. But it's also happened that After saying so many the slang words, then Jagannath start to move. It's a very sweet relation between warriors and Jagannath. I have seen, I witness how they are blaming for their family problems to Jagannath. They are crying in front of him. Very, very intimate love for Jagannath. It is only for them they can do. My dear devotees, it is not for us. What they can do, not we. They can blame Jagannath because they love Jagannath in that way. They can say their family problems to Jagannath and say slangs to Jagannath because they love Jagannath in that way. Jagannath accepting their love in that way. If we are doing this, it will be aparad for us. We cannot compare ourselves with them. It was the teaching of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu always said, don't compare yourself with the Sevayat of Jagannath. Maybe also in my life I mentioned that story of Mandar Madhusudan. Mahaprabhu was there with his devotees to Mandar Madhusudan, and the devotees, they found some faults in the Sevayat and they start to behavior. Mahaprabhu was not happy. So suddenly Mahaprabhu got fever there. They call the doctor, that means Kaviraj. Kaviraj treated, gave medicine, but it was not work. Temperature was going up. So all the devotees, they were in great tension. They called another doctor. Mahaprabhu said, no, not in that way. I know for what it came. It was aparad. Because we criticized the Sevayat of Madhusudan. So he is angry to me, to us. Just go to them, wash their feet, and bring their charanamrit to me. When the devotees, they followed this, the order of Sriman Mahaprabhu, they went to the Sevayat of Madhusudan, they wash their feet and bring that charanamrit to Sriman Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, he accept that charanamrit, he took charanamrit and he put all over his body, and suddenly the fever was gone. Then he said, look, it was for aparad. All of you are criticized. You are not allowed to do this. When Madhusudan, he is accepting their seva. So, who you are to criticize them? They have very special love for Madhusudan. So, what they can do, not you are. So, same thing, what they can do, the Oriya devotees, Oriya Pandals, we are not allowed to do. Then it will be aparad for us. So they are celebrating today that chariot festival with their loving Sri Jagannath Dev. It's Vijaya Yatra, symbolizing victory over all against of devotion, against of spiritual practice, against of all demoniac behavior, nature. And we have to follow this. We are not only enjoying this festival, we have to do this. Then it will be success celebration of chariot festival if we can get victory over everything against of our which is inside of us. That means enemies, bad influence, bad intelligence, against association. Then we can celebrate chariot festival. My dear devotees, I said today also another two special events. Tirobhav Jayanti of Swarup Damodar and Sena Shivananda. Both are very intimate associates of Sriman Mahaprabhu, and Swarup Damodar was the most intimate, who known as the second form, Ditya Kalevar of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Lalita Shakhi. So he must be very intimate of Srimati Radharani. In Antalila, Mahaprabhu all the time he will be in the ecstatic mood of Srimati Radharani. Ratre bilap karen Swaruped kantha dhari aveshe apano bhav kaheno ghari. To whom one will reveal his heart, most intimate, most secret things. Who is most intimate? And Mahaprabhu always he did this with Swarup Damodar. He was the measurement which is accepted by Swarup. Mahaprabhu will accept this. Because so many times, so many devotees, so many another sannyasi or another devotees from different sampradaya, they brought so many things, maybe some books. He offered it to Prabhu. Prabhu said, give it to Swarup first. If Swarup will say it's okay, then Mahaprabhu will accept it. Because Swarup knows everything which is there in the heart of Sriman Mahaprabhu, what he likes and how he likes. In his childhood, he was named Purushottama Acharya, son of Padma Garbhacharya. By Jairam Chakravarti. Jairam Chakravarti was the grandfather from his mother's side. He used to live here in Navadvip Dham, and he arranged the marriage of his daughter with Padma Garbhacharya. And then he took all of them in his house here in Navadvip. So the birthplace of Purushottama Acharya, Swarup Damodar, was Navadvip Dham. From his childhood, he was associated with Sri Krishna, Sriman Mahaprabhu, Sri Gaura Sundar. So, when he was very small boy, so that time his father, he wanted to get higher study. So he went to Varanasi for studying Veda and different scriptures. And there he met Madhavendra Puripad, and he got his mercy. Padma Garbhacharya was the disciple of Madhavendra Puripad, father of Swarup Damodar. So from his childhood he was associated with Sriman Mahaprabhu, and from his childhood he was intimate of Sri Gaura Sundar, very intimate. When Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, it was unbearable pain for Swarup Damodar, Purushottama Acharya. So when it was unbearable, he could not stay here in his house. So he ran from Navadvip. He went to Varanasi. Because he decided, if I'll accept sannyas, then I can associate always. I'll be always with my Prabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And he accepted sannyas from Chaitanyananda. From there, from Varanasi. But Chaitanyananda, he gave this instruction to Swarup Damodar. He gave this name, Swarup Damodar. He named Damodara, but he does not want to leave his Sikha, Shutra, that means he was from Brahman family, so he has Brahman trade, Shutra, he had Sikha. But sannyasis are not allowed to hold this all. They are free from everything. No Shikha, Shutra, Mala, anything. But Swarup Damodar, he wanted to associate with Sri Krishna Chaitanya. For that, he accepted sannyas. So when he was asked, you have to cut your Sikha, you have to leave your Shutra, that means that Brahman trade, he said, no, I'll keep it. So his Guru said, then your sannyas will not completed. No problem. I accepted sannyas to associate with my Prabhu and to do Krishna bhajan uninterrupted. If I am in my family, so many interruptions will come for my Krishna bhajan. Chaitanyananda said, okay. Then your name is Swarup Damodar because you want to keep your Swarup. Plus, but you have to do Veda Shiksha, Vedanta Shiksha. You must study Veda and you must teach Veda. You must study Vedanta and you must teach Vedanta. And he started to give lesson about Vedanta to Swarup Damodar. But it was not really good for Swarup Damodar. He was not pleased about this. So he asked for his order to go to Puri Dham. When Chaitanyananda realized that his mind already is there in Nilachal, so he allowed. And Swarup Damodar, he ran to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. From his childhood, he was very scholar and very sweet voice. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that Swarup Damodar can sing like Gandharvas. Gandharvas means who was singing in Swargaloka in front of Devarajendra. The singer of Swargaloka, Swarup Damodar, can sing like Gandharvas. So Mahaprabhu loved to hear all the song of Krishna Lila from Swarup Damodar. Also, my dear devotees, you can find this in Gutika. Because the way to Smarananga Lila, Smarananga Bhajan, how to meditate about the pastimes, the Leelas, it is said, first you have to meditate on Navadvip Yogpit, then you can enter in Vrindavan Yogpit. So the entrance from Navadvip Yogpit to Vrindavan, how it is happening? If you are following the Gutika, the Grantha, then you will find this. According to the time, Mahaprabhu will ask to Swarup Damodar, Swarup, which Leela is going now? So Swarup Damodar will start to sing about that Leela. Mahaprabhu will absorb in Vrindavan mood. He will enter in Vrindavan. So the devotees will follow him. That is the entrance of Vrindavan Yogpit in that way. Mahaprabhu's most favorable time pass. Swarup Damodar is Lalita Shakhi and Ramananda Roy is Vishakha Shakhi. So Swarup Damodar, in that way, he was always with Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Where is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu? There is Swarup Damodar. Where is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu? There is Ramananda Rai. So my dear devotees, it was the short story of Swarup Damodar. Another one, Saint Shivananda. Champakalata Shakhi. He was also very important associates of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Not only Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, also Nityananda Prabhu. After Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, he accepted sannyas, then Shivananda Sen he met in Puri Dham. He had 3 sons. All of them were also blessed by Sri Gaura Sundar and Sri Dayal Shirvani Sri Nitai Chand. Chaitanya Das, the first, second was Ram Das, and the third one is Puri Das, who is Kavi Karnapur. Kavi Karnapur. He used to take care of all the devotees to take them from Navadvip to Puri, from Bengal to Puri Dham in this time of chariot festival. Because he was very rich, all the devotees, they didn't know the way of Puri Dham, and most of the devotees, they had not so much money. So to crossing all the states, that time it was the rule to pay the tax. Shivananda Sen will manage everything. He will pay tax for everyone. All the devotees will go with him, even Nitai Chand also. Once it's happened, he was there in the office of the tax person, and there was some problem, so time was passing. No arrangement was there where the devotees will stay that day at night and what they should eat. No arrangement was there because Shivananda is there. Everything, Shivananda is arranging everything. So Nitai Chand was angry. He was very angry. He said, "Oh, all his 3 sons will die. How he can be irresponsible like that?" So the wife of Shivananda Sen, she was start to cry. And the nephew of Shivananda Sen, he was angry. She was crying, the wife of Shivananda Sen. When Shivananda Sen came back, he found his wife is crying. "Why you are crying?" "Oh, Nitai Chand, he cursed that my 3 sons will die." "Really? Nitai Chand cursed? My 3 sons will die?" "So you must know, they got some extra lifetime by this curse." And he went to Nitai Chand. When he went to Nitai Chand, so Nitai Chand kicked him. That time also he was angry. He kicked him. Shivananda Sen, he just jumped to his feet, lotus feet, and he holds it. "Oh, you are really very merciful. Dust from your lotus feet, it's unattainable for even Brahma. And today, by yourself, I got it. You are very merciful to me. So that's why today you accepted me as your servant of your lotus feet." So Nitai Chand, he embraced. "Oh Shivananda, I'm really very pleased to you." So every year, Shivananda Sen is arranging something very special for all the devotees to take them to meet with Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu to Nilachal, to Puri Dham. Once it's happened, one dog was start to follow them. Every day, Shivananda Sen was also very careful for the dog. He will give prasad to them. But some of his servant was not happy, because when all the devotees they will sit for prasad, that dog also will come, and Shivananda will give him prasad too. After that, when Nitai Chand she will take prasad, that dog will go in front of Nitai Chand, and Nitai Chand by himself he is giving prasad to that dog. So some servants were not happy. Same thing happens. She was engaged in a problem with this tax person in the tax office. It was near to midnight he came back. But all the day, no food for the dog. The servant, they did not give anything to that dog. Shivananda Sen asked, "Where is the dog?" The servant said, "Oh, I don't know." But when they arrived in Puri, when they are in front of Sriman Mahaprabhu, Shivananda Sen, he found Mahaprabhu is offering coconut prasad to that dog. And he was asking, "Krishna bolo, Krishna bolo." And dog was also chanting Krishna, Krishna. Once Shivananda Sen, he was in Puri Dham, and his wife, she got her unclean position there. The rules from Smriti Shastra that after that period, husband must meet their wife. But Shivananda Sen, he was confused how it will be. They are in Holy Dham, in Puri. So Mahaprabhu, indirectly, he gave this instruction to Shivananda Sen. You must follow the rules and regulations, what said in scripture, in that way. Shivananda, which son is coming, you must give him name Puridas. So he mentioned, you must go to your wife, you met her, Putrartha Kriyate Bhaja. So the another new baby will come, and it will be son, and because he will come here in Puri, you must give him name Puridas. When that baby born, next year, when Shivananda Sen, he brought that new baby, he offered that baby to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. To look at him, Sriman Mahaprabhu said, "Shivananda, so many auspicious signs I can see to your son. By him, many devotees will get very good health. She will show the direction. She will be Nipunodrik, that means Kabi. Always he'll be very perfect. So Mahaprabhu, he just gave his lotus feet to that baby, and that baby, he started to suck the thumbs of Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And Mahaprabhu, he request, say Krishna, Shivananda Sen, or that baby, that newborn baby, very small, he start to chant the sloka from Srimad Bhagavat. The devotees were amazed to say this, the mercy, special mercy of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Who is very perfect, who described Gaura Ganoddes Dipika, who describes beautiful granthas. Once Shivananda Sen, she was confused about Nakula Brahmachari. This year at the winter, we have been there. It is near to Kalna. The Sripat of Nakula Brahmachari. Yes, Sudevi, Srimati, they are also with me. In Nakula Brahmachari Sripat, Sudevi, you can remember, I hope. It is said, the legend was that Nakula Brahmachari is Avesh of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Shivananda Sen, he was confused about that. So he wanted to examine this. He went there, not in front of Nakula Brahmachari. He wanted to examine about his power of Prabhu, if he is Prabhu or not. If Nakula Brahmachari is Avesh of Sri Prabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, then you will call me by my name wherever I am here, and you will tell me my mantra. After some time, Nakula Brahmachari start to call him, Shivananda, Shivananda, please come here. Shivananda was really happy to know this. When he go near to Nakula Brahmachari, he said his mantra, Diksha mantra, in his ears. So my dear friend, Shivananda Sen, Champakalata Shakhi, it was the nice story of him. I am offering my pranam to both of them, Swarup Damodar Prabhu to Lalita Shakhi, to Shivananda Sen to Champakalata Shakhi. I am surrendering to their lotus feet and asking their mercy to me for all of you. So my dear friend, now time near to end. Now I have to look at my dear devotees, loving. Jai Nitai, Vishnu Das, Tulasi Das, Nishtudev, Suma Roy, Abhay Roy, Vikas Bonik, Jai Nitai to everyone, Sudha Bindu Roy, Sumit Chakravarti, Madana Dashi, Krishna Mohan, Pavan Bonik, Jai Jagannath, Krishna Dashi, Jai Nitai Krishna Dashi, Jai Nitai Iman, Jai Nitai Sudevi. Remember, Dauji, Radhe Radhe Dauji, Sonali Das, Jai Nitai Sonali Vishwavidya, Sri Radhe Radhe, Sushanta Chakravarti, Jai Nitai Tito, Jai Nitai Yaduvarji, Mitu Dev, Radio Viland, Radhe Priya. স্বপন দেবনাথ, লাদিনী শক্তি, कृपा सिंधु जानिता कृपा सिंधु विश्वजीत दे, जानिता पिसी, वेदभूषण चौधरी, पारिजात दास, किरणमय गोस्वामी, सुंदर कृष्णदास, विश्वजीत दे, दीपा भौमिक, सुमित चक्रवर्ती, संजीव शर्मा, कृष्णप्रिया अभय रॉय, कविराज पोद्दार, जयनिता केमन आछो कविराज, देवायन घोष, यूरी बेलिया, अंजन दास, मंजू देवनाथ, दाऊजी, रविंद्रनाथ कर्मकार. Yes, Dauji, you are also there. I forgot. Sorry. You are also there. We enjoyed so much this winter. Really, so many very nice and rare places we visited. So, my dear devotees, for today, live is end. Time is over. We'll meet again tomorrow at 3 p.m. So, Janitai for today. Hari Bol, Jai Jagannath.